Greetings, I, the War Owl, greets you, and welcome to another Matchmaking Academy, where you are the star for all the wrong reasons. This time it's gonna be Mark Mo. Is a Master Guardian 2, that's here, and he has some very specific questions about pistol rounds here and what to do when you're clutching, as well as how to op on CT side Mirage. So we're gonna go over those questions, we're gonna figure this out. And keep in mind, players are very brave sending over their demos, so make sure not to berate them or anything in the comments. I see lots of nasty things you guys write. They're trying to improve at the game. Oh, that's nowhere near the bad guy. Come on, Mark. He's right in. Shoot him. Wait. No, he's not there. Okay, yeah, you got a lucky body shot, I guess. You. Oh, come on, you freaking noob. Get out. Uninstall. Break your disc. Wait, there's no disc for this. Ah, he's dead. Okay, let's figure out what happened. Oh yeah, and his favorite fish is the shark, which, by the way, be careful. There's a bunch of nutty eco people that'll go after you if you eat sharks. Apparently eating shark fin soup is a big sin or something. So be careful, Markmo. Don't be eating too many sharks. Also, aren't they like poisonous and, I don't know, something about sharks. All right. And here is Markmo. At this point, I mean, there should have been a call for a rotate called a bit earlier by his teammates, but that's not Markmo's fault. That's just his teammates' fault. He said that this was just a random queue, though, so you can't really account for that. But yeah, should have been aware that, I mean, bomb was dropped, so it wasn't sighted, so they should have just kept one person at B, which was the Markmo guy, but they kept a few people there. So that's his first little thing. Now, he had some questions about pistol rounds in particular and how to shoot with them. He thought that, oh, maybe I shouldn't be trying to tap shoot with it because I see people spraying and getting a bunch of headshots. Well, Markmo, we're going to go through your shooting a little bit in the slow-mo here, and we're going to show you that it's not the tab shooting, and in fact, you are not doing tab shooting. Big tip here, right here, the USP silenced. This is going to be an accurate shot, the first shot, while you're running. So make sure to take advantage of that. Pistol round, these shots are going to be one-hit headshots, or could be a two-hit headshot at longer distances. That's why the tap shooting on the pistol round is so important and not just spraying. Body shots are not going to get it for you. All you have to do is hit them once in the head, and it's difficult because they're going to be strafing all over the place on these rounds, but we're going to slow this down here for his shooting to show that poor Markmo wasn't even close to this guy. So you need to practice a little bit more. Hold on, we'll get you. And fourth speed. You see? Not even close to the guy. So he was down and to the right, very long way. You're not going to get a headshot doing that. You need to be at their head. So I think just a little bit more aim practice here. Also, you were moving while you were shooting. That's not going to be accurate. You need to like do what the bad guys are doing, sort of strafe back and forth, and then when you change directions, that's when you should be going for that accurate shot. And it's okay to shoot a little bit faster. You don't have to just be like tap, 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 because I mean every shot you shoot with a pistol is a tap shoot, is a tab shot. But what we say when we say tap shooting is just that when you click the button, that shot is going to be perfectly accurate, so you can line it up right on their head. All right, we're going to resume here. Our buddy Markmo, and he gets shot here and doesn't actually see the guy shooting him, so he's letting his shoulder stick out a little bit, and the player is actually not playing from where he pre-shoots, but it's not a bad pre-shot, so nothing really wrong done here, just a little bit of a mistake. Also, if the player was there and that pre-shot went down, you would have shot him in the foot. Markmo, you are aiming a little bit too low, or not just a little bit too low, you are aiming very much too low. You need to try and practice, and I know practicing with the pistols is going to be difficult because you're going to be going up against armored opponents in the death matches and AMAP servers and such, but you really should just focus on trying to get those tap shot headshots and working on your muscle. You can actually just use the AK-47. It's going to work the same way. Just pretend that your AK-47 is a pistol. All right, Markmo. He got a kill, but he was spraying and going for the body shots. Notice it was not a headshot. And the last guy, again, he hits him on the first shot. Again, look how low his crosshair is compared to the guy. He needs to be up quite a bit to be able to get that headshot. And he always undershoots it. Nearly every single shot. And then our Markmo will be going down, so let's hop over and look at some other stuff. So this is one of these rounds where Markmo wanted to do when you're the last player left, and we're going to examine that here. Also, little tip, he asked about opping on Mirage. Generally, the triple op Mirage is not going to be the best situation here. So, what's with that? Goodness, that's expensive. Quite an expensive buy. All right, so we're gonna fast forward a little bit here until he gets into the clutch situation. Rotates over here, and look at that, he gets his kill. Nice work there. And right there, he didn't really help out his teammate. His teammate engaged that 1v2, if we saw on the minimap, and he was just sort of sitting here waiting. He has bomb down, so right now the best thing for him to do is just to watch that bomb now that his teammate is dead, and make sure that they can't grab it. Molotov forcing him back so that they can grab that bomb. One of the things, and they do grab the bomb and get out of there. So one of the things he could have done in that situation, and it's risky, is just to push through the Molotov, stand in the Molotov, and pre-shoot where that bomb is, because you know that they're going to try and grab that bomb because of that. So he spends a lot of times waiting here. It's a 1 versus 2. It's a very difficult situation to be in, and one of the tips I'll give is that in a situation like this, you don't really want to have an AWP. And the reason being is that these terrorists are going to try to engage 1v2, which actually doesn't happen here. But AK-47 or M4 is going to be better for that, since you're going to be able to shoot multiple shots. So at this point, Markmo doesn't do anything incorrectly. He's positioning himself in between the bomb sites so that he can hear when the bomb gets planted. He's just letting this thing get planted. He's being safe. He checks the place for a lurk player here as well. So and he heard the bomb plant, and he's going over to B. So he's doing everything right here. So where does he go wrong? It happens at the end when he plays the bomb. And we'll just do like a little quick tip there on how he could have improved his performance. So he's moving into the site. There's a bad guy. There he is. And he is able to take him down, so that's nice. Now puts himself into a 1 versus 1. He knows there's a guy somewhere. He could be in this site. He could be right around the corner. And I think Markmo does get an idea of where he is. He's down to 17 health, super low. Okay, so now he knows he's inside of the window. That player did shoot at him. So what do you do in this kind of a situation? Markmo decides, I know, I'm just going to defuse the bomb. Maybe he won't come at me. That's the wrong decision. The right decision is to do a fake defuse. He's wondering, when should you try to do a ninja defuse? A 1 versus 1 where the guy sees you, he's already shot at you, that's not when you do a ninja defuse. That guy is going to push you. Now, both of them are down to 17 health. They're both just a tab shot away from death. His teammates probably should have told him that. Since it's matchmaking, you can just click on the console and you can see how much damage you've done. So they should have told him. They should have said, he only has 17 health left, which means Markmo should have continued to use the P250 here as he went to defuse this bomb. Now, one of the things he could have done is, okay, he's coming out the window, I'm going to fake defuse. You tap on the defuse and then you walk. You use shift walking. It makes the sound of I am defusing, which means the terrorist has to push him. The terrorist can't risk it that you're going to be doing the full defuse. So he has to push you. And by forcing him to push you, you put yourself in an advantageous situation, and you should just be able to pre-shoot them as he jumps out the window. So he knows he's in the window. He should have just tapped it, walked, and shot at that window. And he does have the P250 out, so that is the right thing to do here. However, he just tries to completely defuse it, gets down to 1 second left, and he will go down. But again, yeah, should have done the fake defuse. And Valve patched the game, I don't know, I think it was maybe a year ago, to where when you defuse, there's just one sound effect, that so that the players don't know if you're still defusing or not. It's a really good game mechanic. All right, now since I'm not going to show like specifically what Markmo did wrong or anything with the AWP positions, let's just hop into Mirage and we'll show some of the AWPing spots. So you're a CT, you've got an AWP, what do you want to do? So the most obvious position is going to be window, and in the last quick tips, I kind of already covered this kind of a position. Generally, most apparent place to play it is right here. And watch middle to make sure they can't take the mid control. You'll be exposed from underpass. However, I've kind of already covered a lot that has to do with middle opping. So let's move on to the next sort of spots. Let's go over here to bomb site A, because you can play op in bomb site A pretty effectively. You can actually play it here from the jungle if you're a mid player. And you can play A pretty well, because look, this blocks anybody off from getting into bomb site A. As well as watching up there. One of the places you can do a quick pick is you can run out of CT spawn, run over here, and sort of scope in at this area, and there'll be a head. It appears right there, and it's sort of a headshot position. It's a difficult shot to get, and if I play on T side, I usually pre-shot this spot, because you can take someone out really quickly, and then after you get it, fall back. Don't commence with the opsing. Don't, like, even if you miss it, if you move over here, and you do, like, the pre-shot, and then you fall back like that, don't stand there, because someone will kill you. Alright, so the most obvious spot for A site is going to be back in CT spawn. In this version of Mirage, it's a little bit more difficult to watch A main, because check it out, you're exposed if a player runs out from the, what do you guys call that? Palace. I always call that apartments back in the olden days, but it's called Palace now. So you're exposed from it. You need to have a player watching that and telling you what's going on, and you can play it from right here if you have a player helping you out. And anybody going A main, you can pre-shoot them as they're coming up here. You can also jump up on top of this thing. Yeah, this is a real spot. You can watch the cross here. You can get over the top of smokes if they smoke you out. You can't jump over there. You really want to, though. A spot that I play that nobody else plays is right behind this box. This is sort of my spot. I like it a lot. Just because you can watch all three openings. You can watch the connector. You can watch Palace. You can watch A main. You can check out if they go up there to Tetris. There's a bunch of different places you can watch, but you're always going to be exposed from one place or another. That's why it's a dangerous position to play. So let's hop over to bomb site B, because you can actually play it in bomb site B as well. However, I would not recommend it. I wouldn't put an op in B site. That just doesn't make sense to me. So obviously one of the places you can play it is actually back here and try to get them on the cross, but if they get across, then there's no point in it, so I don't know. I wouldn't do that. Only if you rotate over here. But right here's a spot you can play it to watch people coming through the apartments, but it might be a better spot to play with a different weapon. There's different areas here that you can play it. You can play it up here if you want. I wouldn't, though. Don't use this thing inside of B. Another spot is if you get here really quickly, and you can actually get up from middle into this area, and you can do it without a boost. So, hold on. There's a way to do this. And you can get up here, go through here really quickly, come around, and you've got a really nice pick spot right here with the op. This is another spot you could play it. So there's a bunch of different places you can play op. The general places are going to be mid and then one person in A. Besides that, I really wouldn't attempt it in the lower levels of the matchmaking. Big thanks to Markmo for sending this in. You, sir, are awesome. A commitment to getting better at the game, putting yourself out there by sending this in so that we can all watch it and we can sort of learn from your demo. I know I give the guys a hard time at the start of it as a joke, but yeah, I really do appreciate you guys who send these things in. So yeah, we learned what not to do. That's no fun. Let's get an owl vision. I'm the War Owl, and I still have no closer.